Imagine waking up one morning and finding an extra $100,000 in your investment account. Most people would ask the same question. How did this happen? The answer probably wasn't a huge salary, a lucky stock, or a lottery ticket. It started with something so small you barely notice it. $10. The same $10 that disappears every day on coffee, takeout, or random online purchases. And that raises an uncomfortable question. What if the difference between financial stress and financial security isn't a massive income increase? What if it's simply what happens to $10 every day? Because the smallest decisions often create the biggest distance between two futures. Most people think wealth is built through dramatic moments. A promotion, a successful business, or a market breakthrough. But real wealth is usually much quieter. It's repetition. Small decisions made consistently for years. The problem is that our brains don't appreciate slow progress. Spending $10 feels good because the reward is immediate. Investing $10 feels boring because the reward is invisible. Saving money feels like giving something up today for a future version of yourself you can't even see. And modern life makes that difficult. Bills are expensive. Work is exhausting. Sometimes we spend money simply because we need comfort. Most people don't have a spending problem. They have an emotional relationship with money that nobody taught them to understand. But imagine doing something simple. Instead of spending $10 every day, you invest it. About $300 a month. Roughly $3,650 a year. At first, nothing exciting happens. You don't feel richer. Your account doesn't suddenly explode. And that's why so many people quit. Because real wealth grows almost invisibly. Then something incredible begins. Compounding. Your money earns returns, and those returns begin earning returns of their own. The first few years feel painfully slow, but eventually, the growth starts accelerating. Historically, investing $10 a day for 20 years could grow into well over $100,000. Not enough for a private island, but enough to buy something far more valuable. Options. The ability to handle an emergency without panic. The ability to leave a job you hate. The ability to face an unexpected bill without feeling like your life is falling apart. Because money isn't just about buying things. Money buys breathing room. And breathing room changes everything. Financial security isn't really a number. It's a feeling. It's sleeping better because one bad month won't destroy years of progress. It's knowing your future isn't entirely dependent on your next paycheck. And those feelings often begin with very small habits. $10 is small enough to ignore, but it's also small enough to repeat. And repetition is where change happens. Imagine two people starting today. One spends $10 every day on temporary happiness. The other invests those same $10. For years, their lives look almost identical. That's what makes consistency so hard. Nobody congratulates you for investing $10. Nobody notices. The world celebrates big wins, but it rarely celebrates quiet discipline. Yet quiet discipline is what creates long-term stability. Eventually, you stop asking, "What can I buy with this?" And you start asking, "What can this become?" That single question changes everything. Every dollar starts representing future freedom instead of temporary pleasure. Because financial success is rarely about math, it's about behavior. Two people can earn the same income and still end up with completely different lives because one built habits that compound, while the other built habits that disappear. The good news is that you don't need hundreds of dollars to start. Maybe it's $10, maybe it's $5. The amount matters less than the consistency, because progress doesn't need to feel big to eventually become big. 5 years from now, you'll forget most of the things you spent $10 on today, but the money you invested may still be there, quietly growing in the background. Maybe that's what investing really is, not getting rich quickly, just taking care of your future self, one small decision at a time. Because wealth is rarely created through one extraordinary moment. It's created through hundreds of ordinary moments that nobody notices. And when those moments compound year after year, they create a future that feels calmer, safer, and a little more free. All from a decision that seemed too small to matter. $10, the seed, the start.